Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the Tiafangi coming to you with the Transformers Golden Disc Collection Chapter 2 set. And in this set, you get two Transformers, Autobot Jackpot with his partner Autobot Sights. So, in the Transformers Generation 1 line, Jackpot was an Action Master. The Action Masters infamously were Transformers action figures that did not actually transform into vehicles. They were just the robots, Obots, and this is and the Golden Disc War for Cybertron trilogy Kingdom figure of Jackpot marks the first time that this character has had a vehicle mode. Jackpot in the Generation 1 line, he was a unique uh, sculpted Transformers figure. He wasn't a repaint or retool of a previously released Transformers figure, but apparently Hasbro and Takara Tomy decided that Jackpot, the Generation 1 Action Master figure of him, looked similar enough to the Generation 1 Action Master version of Jazz that they decided to repaint and, with a new head sculpt, make a action figure of Jackpot using the Transformers Studio Series 86 Jazz mold. So that is what this figure is the end result of. Now, in the Transformers Generation 1 line, the Action Masters came with partner robots, and Jackpot's partner was an Autobot named Sights. In the Generation 1 line, Sights was transformed from a laser gun that Jackpot wielded into a mechanical bird, and rather than designing a new Transformers figure a year for Sights, Hasbro and Takara Tomy decided to just take the Titans Return Taraxodon mold and do it in Sights' paint job, and so Sights has now gone from being a bird to being a pterodactyl. So I'll let you decide if that's more of an upgrade or a downgrade. But yeah, here they are in all their modes. Sights transforms from his robot mode of a mechanical pterodactyl into one of Jackpot's weapons in just 5 steps. Jackpot transforms back and forth between his robot mode and his vehicle mode in 20 steps, and yeah, that's basically it. When the Action Masters were released in 1989 and 1990, that was around the time when, across the United States, toy companies and toy manufacturers, what everyone wanted was very bright, vibrant color schemes, and so that's why all of the yellow parts on Jackpot are very bright, vibrant, neon yellow. So, now that we've looked at the box, let's take a close look at Autobot Jackpot in his robot mode. And just like Studio Series 86 Jazz, as Jackpot has very loose joints in his knees in robot mode, so it is hard to get him posed properly, and that's why I'm holding him by his hip instead of his legs, because these knee joints are super loose. They're even more loose on Jackpot than they were on Jazz. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the bright neon yellow that's been used here on this new transforming action figure of Jackpot. And just like Jazz, you're supposed to officially, when transforming this action figure into its robot mode, you're supposed to fold the vehicle mode doors inside the windshield, but when I tried to do it right now off camera before starting to record the review, it felt just like Jazz that I was going to put too much pressure on the figure, so just like Jazz, I'm going to leave Jackpot's doors folded outwards in order to avoid putting any potential stress on the clear plastic and causing it to accidentally break. Now, infamously, Jackpot, the way his new head sculpt has been designed, it's actually two halves that were placed together to form a helmet that someone pointed out is actually designed to be shaped like the back of a car. Or if you look closely at Jackpot's ears, or I don't know if that would be his ears or just the base of his helmet, but it's looks like a set of car wheels. So yeah, that's what Jackpot's helmet is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the back section of a car. Now, infamously, the two halves of Jackpot's helmet, they've been off-center. They haven't lined up properly. It's true here even on my copy of Jackpot, but at least on the top of the head, it's not as prominent as it's been with other versions of him. It's more prominent on the lower half of the helmet where his chin is located. But honestly, looking at it, I think if with a touch of just applying some silver paint job, I think my copy of Jackpot, the helmet actually surprisingly looks pretty good. It's really relieved to see that. Here's Jackpot's other weapon. It's the same laser gun that came with Jazz, and similar to how Jazz's weapon was cast in white plastic but painted almost entirely silver, Jackpot's laser gun is cast in black plastic but it's painted almost entirely purple. Purple, but yeah, with Jackpot, if you have Studio Series Jazz, as because the only the only new molding that's been done on Jackpot is his new robot mode head sculpt. If you have Studio Series Jazz, you're essentially getting the same action figure just done in different paint jobs. But yeah, I do really enjoy the paint layout used here on Jackpot, where he's mostly black and yellow. But then he does have other colors. For instance, there on his knee pads, the stripes on his shins and his feet. Even though it's all paint, those are actually orange parts, so that's pretty great to see. And of course, he's got purple with a laser gun. And of course, he has silver on the front bumper and on his face and helmet. So yeah, Jackpot is pretty impressive looking. And now that we've looked at Jackpot, we'll very quickly take a look at his partner, Sights. Again, Sights is a straight-up repaint of the Titans Return Battlemaster figure, Taraxodon, who was a new character in the Titans Return line. And Sights does come with the exact same plastic effect that came with Taraxodon, so you can put it here at the end like this, and make it look like like Sights is firing at his enemies, but then you can also attach it here to one of the wings, and when you turn the figure sideways like this, it goes from a laser gun to being an axe weapon, so you can make it look like Sights has been swung down on something and he's impacted something. So that's another great feature to do. And another option you can do is you can rotate the wings outward like this, and you can have a more broad, odd-bladed axe weapon. Or if you put it back in Jackpot's hands like this you can have it be almost like a crossbow type weapon. So yeah, there's at least 4 different types of weapons you can get it from this mold. So flipping out the head and feet, here is Sights in his robot mode. Again, he was a bird in the G1 line, and he's now a pterodactyl here for the Golden Disc collection. So you can make jokes that is it an upgrade aid or a downgrade aid going from a bird to a pterodactyl? Actually, I'll let you guys decide that for yourselves. So now that we've looked at both Sights and Jack, now that we've taken a close look at Sights and all of his modes, we will get Jackpot transformed and take a look at him in his alt mode. But of course, I almost forgot to do the robot mode size comparison. So here is Jackpot next to the figure he's repainted and retooled from Studio Series 86 Jazz. Again, the only sculpt difference is the different heads. But Hasbro and Takara Tomy, with the Transformers figures that are repaints and retools of previously released figures, the paint jobs that have been given to them are distinctive enough that they do look as though they do look like they're different Transformers and Transformers figures being repaints and retools of each other is not a new phenomenon. Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp will attest to that. Transformers figures having the same body type has been around since day one of the franchise. Now, for one last special robot mode size comparison, Harrison and Jackpot is not the first Action Master to be given a transforming action figure in more recent times. I'm surprised nobody has brought this figure out when doing their reviews of Jackpot. But for a size comparison with another Action Master, here is Jackpot next to Croc, who was released in the Titans Return line back in 2016. And so just like Jackpot, Croc was an Action Master in the Transformers Generation 1 line. And just like Jackpot, he's a repaint with a different head sculpt of a previously released Transformers figure. Croc is a repaint of Titan's Return, Skull Cruncher. So yes, for those of you out there who have been wondering, are there any Transformers action figures out there who could be used as a potential rival for Jackpot? And the answer is Titans Return Croc, because these guys were both originally Action Masters. So it's pretty great to see the Action Masters being turned into modern day Transformers figures. And again, and both of them use both these figures use the very bright, vibrant neon yellow plastic. Croc's shade of yellow is slightly brighter than Jackpot's is. But yeah, I really hope we get more Action Masters that actually now possess vehicle mode. Those in future lines. Alright, so the video's gone on longer than I wanted it to, so I will quickly get Jackpot transformed and we will take a close look at his vehicle mode and wrap up the review. Alright, and here is Jackpot transformed into his brand new alt mode of a sports car that is very loosely based off of a Porsche. Again, Jackpot being an action figure in the Generation 1 line, he never had a vehicle mode, so this is the selling point of the Golden Disc version of Jackpot, is that he now finally possesses a vehicle mode, and he is now mold mates with Jazz, just like the character of Ricochet, aka Stepper. Now, whether or not we're going to get Ricochet in this mold is a topic for another day, but I do enjoy how Jackpot turned out compared to Jazz. And one thing I'm noticing, I don't know if it's because of how I rotated them. Any of them are, never mind. I was gonna say, hey, something looked different, but no, it's the same aim, so it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. So yeah, again, I'm really digging how Jackpot came out and how his paint job distinguishes him from Jazz. There's the Autobot logos on their hoods. Again, Jackpot, he doesn't have a background, a logo for his Autobot symbol, but Jazz has a white background on his Autobot logo. And unfortunately, because this mold wasn't originally designed to have a partner robot interact with it, there isn't unfortunately any place to store sights. It's on Jackpot's vehicle mode. The only place would be the same exact 5mm port where I have Jackpot's main laser gun, and there's no other 5mm pegs on the mold as well. I think it would have been nice if they had resculpted the fuel tank right there and made it a 5mm peg, or if they had designed one here on the back of the racing spoiler, just so sights could have some place to sit. But that's just a minor nitpick that I can easily overlook. And again, because I brought him out earlier, here is Jackpot next to Croc from the Titans Return line, and because he transforms into a mechanical crocodile, Croc is a very long Transformers action figure in his beast mode. But yeah, I'm really enjoying how with Croc in the Titans Return line and now Sights in the Golden Disc, aka War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom line, we're getting more Action Masters. There's being released as modern day figures that actually transform and possess alternate modes. So that's really quite enjoyable. So, um, do I recommend getting Jackpot and adding him to your Transformers collection? Absolutely, I do. Is it a pain that he has the infamous QC issue of the two halves of his robot mode helmet not lining up properly? Very much. That is one of the make it or break it deals with Jackpot, is his robot mode head sculpt. Well, but yeah, I do really enjoy how Jackpot turned out, and I love the fact that we get his Action Master partner Sights done as a Battle Master / Target Master. I really enjoy the fact that Sights is a straight up repaint of Axodon, since that was one of my favorite Battle Masters from the Titans Return line. And so thank you guys also. Oh much this has been, I'm sorry, I just said Titans Return, I meant Siege line with Sights and Traxodon Siege line. So thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been the TFN Geek, and until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, you guys, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.